Hello everybody and welcome to another third-party review thanks to the team at Toys. Today we're taking a look at the BWM-01 Strange Friend by TransArt. Now you may remember TransArt from that Optimus Primal Transmetal video that I done recently. Now this is actually their first release as part of the BWM line. They have done previous releases to this, so I've actually got another one of their previous releases, which is a kind of underscaled, slightly reimagined version of the normal Optimus Primal from back in the 90s. Now this figure itself is of course based on Transmute, a character from season 2 of Beast Wars. I believe they had like a broken spark and they didn't form properly, and they kind of came out as some sort of like mutant hybrid thing with the inability to transform. It had a very kind of childlike brain as well. I wanted her to decide whether she was Maximal or a Predacon, and it was actually a very sad story. The fact that even the Maximals wanted to put her in stasis because they didn't know how to deal with a power that kind of raw with a kind of a childlike brain. It was actually quite sad. But there wasn't actually a figure that you could buy per se at the time. You had to build a figure. You had to buy the entire wave and then get each little part to form your own Transmute. Let's take a quick look around the box. Obviously that is our like kind of stasis pod there with our Maximal and Predacon choices. And again we've got on the back there, look, we've got Silverbolt and we've got Rampage. It would be nice if we actually get those from TransArt. Maybe that's a tease. Who knows? I know that they were her two close friends, but they ended up battling with her smack bang in the middle, trying to stop them. Very much like her Build-A-Figure predecessor, she does come packaged in separate pieces. We've got various different expressions that we can place on Transmute as well, and it is very securely packed in this plastic clamshell. But all these various different pieces here, it's not the most complexing of transformations, mind, but it's still different nonetheless. Let's start placing everything together like so, until they physically can't go in any further. Already starting to look fantastic. We could then slide these legs in. There's a port just on the underside there, so that comes in, and then we can ratchet it. Same with this leg, just line that tab up, bring that in and ratchet that around. Hands can come in, same principle, slide that in and then ratchet that around. Slide the kind of cannon arm in, ratchet that around, and then we've got these ball sockets which then correspond to these tabs here and here, so we can place the ball in and then the tab in to the back of the head. Do that on both sides, so again on this side. See, they haven't over engineered this. Very similar to the original, albeit the original had rubber legs, and basically it was as it was in the show, so why go above and beyond what they needed to? And there we have her in all of her glory. Isn't she beautiful? Fabulous use of colours there. Really sad story in the show, but really amazing way to capture the character. I think they've done a superb job. It's kind of what I wanted from Autobot Spike, I guess, when we got that kind of staction version of him. But this is definitely more what I was after. I never in a million years thought I'd be able to afford a version of this character, but finally, yes we do. Of course, there are LED lights in the eyes. You just have to pop the faceplate off, pop the battery that's included out, and there's a small plastic white tab. Just pull that off, and then those lights should work just by tapping the top of the head, but gorgeous paint applications. Again, very impressed with this piece, easily on par with their Optimus Prime or Transmetal as well. Both exceptional pieces, very robust, very well done, even with those odd choice of kind of piston driven joints, but that's kept it so close to that animation model. For a scale comparison, she is a tall lass, towering over most of the figures, but looking back at the animation, I think that's pretty accurate. She was gigantic, you know, she's a kind of a protoform. She was a really large character, and I think that actually works exceptionally well. I think she definitely looks the part there as well. Yes, I know I need Tigertron. I need to get him kind of a stat, don't I really? But yeah, really happy with how she looks. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm still amazed we ever got a figure, even a B-order figure, of the character that lasted like an episode. But look at all of this. We've got pivoting on the neck there. We've got up and down motion. I love all that kind of piston driving on there. We can bring the head down and back on that ratchet. The head, the light is just on the top. We do get alternative faces, they just slide off. We get a very kind of sympathetic face there. And we get the Sonic Scream. That's kind of her power. She incapacitate people with her scream. Ratchets on there, ratchets out. Bend on the elbow. Pistons on the torso. There is some rotation in there as well. Same with this hand. Ratchets out. Got the piston driven shoulders, so we can up and down on there as well. There's a bend on the elbow. We have rotation on those fingers, albeit they are a little bit looser than I would like, but there's nothing for her to hold anyway. Initially, I believe on the original figure these were rubbery legs, so they never used to hold up her weight. But again, we can slide those legs up and down. We can slide them up and down on pistons as well, so she can be all on the wonk if needed. Really gorgeous ratchets on those knees, and we have some up and down on those feet. No pivots on those feet at all, but the up and down should be more than adequate, just because we've got so much range on the upper torso. We've got that backwards bend on the leg as well, and you've seen my biggest flaw with this. The ball sockets do occasionally pop out. That is it. That's my gripe, which is mad really, considering how much is going on with this figure. What do we got there? We've got the company stamp just on the underside there. You know what? I think they've done a really nice job. If you are a Beast Wars fan, I highly recommend this piece. Please keep your eye on TransArt. They are doing some exceptional things at the moment. They said they're going to be working on the Transmetal Megatron as well. So really over the moon with this piece. Bargain for what it is. I would include a link in the description below where it can be purchased. Let's just show you how to switch out those faces. Really easy. Just pull that front piece off and we can place the replacement panel over, and let's put those screaming eyes on. Look at that. Really loving this. Absolutely adore it. Highly recommended. As I said, link is in the description below. From myself and my strange friend and the rest of us at the Collectables household, thanks for watching. Goodbye.